Hello, my name is Pastor Scott Lathrop with Soulbait Ministries, and I do want to welcome you to tonight's meeting. It is a blessing to have you here, and I am so blessed to share some testimonies with you. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who helped support us on our recent trip to the Ukraine and Moldova. We saw so many testimonies there, and we saw the hand of God move. Like I said in an earlier video, we did 15 churches, 29 church services in about 19 days. That's a lot of preaching in a very short amount of time. We had a lot of travel time. Unfortunately, you can pray for the Ukraine and their travel system because they need help. But we, again, saw so many testimonies. And we were in this town. Actually, our first night there, we were in Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. And then the next day, we took off to a town called Lathrop. It's a village. It's not really a town. When I say it's small, we pretty much walk from end to end. And if you know me, I don't like walking. So if I could walk back and forth to my hotel, you know it was small. But it was a really small village, but it was a really beautiful place. And we ministered at a church there. They had a fall festival, or they called it a harvest festival. And they had all the goods out. They had the corn, the vegetables. They had all these wonderful things out. But one of the other things that this church was doing, and we didn't know about till later, is they were building an orphanage. And one of the people that was with us on the team, Melissa Lemoine, she got into that orphanage and God just touched her heart. And the next thing I know, she's calling us and saying, hey, we got to do something for this orphanage. So I have Melissa here with us right now, and I'm going to let Melissa tell you a little bit about what we're doing with this orphanage and how you can help. So Melissa, what happened over there? You tell us what happened to you in Lathrop, and how did you end up hearing God to do this whole orphanage thing, and tell us about that.
Well, we're eating dinner at the orphanage, and I turn around and there's this pearl on the wall, and it just touched my spirit. You know, the verse in the Bible, you know, where it talks about the pearl, and you know, we're God's pearl of great worth. And so as we had a break after dinner, I asked the pastor if I could just walk around the orphanage, and he said okay. And so I just walked around, and I took you know, 2 guys with me to take pictures, and I was just praying, and I could just feel God's presence there. At the moment, which was the middle of September, the children hadn't arrived to the orphanage yet, so it was empty. They only had 1 bunk bed. They have some desks for this. You know, they plan on teaching the kids eventually. And so I just walked around, and I just felt so much compassion. The need, there's a huge need to get these kids, to get the orphanage situated. Right now, they just got their first little boy. He's about 1.5 years old, and his name is Jake. And we'll show pictures in our partners meeting. He is so cute, and they're expecting 30 to 40 more in December. Now, these children will be in the orphanage until their parents can finish their rehab, and that's if they haven't lost the rights already. Now Jake, for instance, his mother lost his rights due to alcoholism, and he doesn't have a father. So in these situations, they'll have to eventually find homes, but in the meantime, they're going to take care, they're going to love them, and hopefully they'll get the opportunity to be able to teach them as well. So right now, they'll be expecting 30 to 40 kids in December, so they need 10 bunk beds. And each bunk bed costs between $350 to $400. That's the range. That's American dollars. And each mattress is going to cost $80 to $100. And they're also going to need linens, so they'll be the bunk bed size mattresses. They'll need furniture, you know, so they can put the children's clothes. And so they're in need of financial help as well. So whatever you can give, that seed that you sow, you will reap it. And so we just thank you for listening, and we just pray that God will bless you, and as you bless the orphanage.
And the thing you have to remember about these orphanages, these are Christian orphanages. And the thing of it is, if we help fund it, they get to preach even to the itty bitty babies. I saw the orphanage. They have, scriptures on the walls. They have, pictures of the Garden of Eden. They have pictures of David and Goliath and, Noah's Ark. And depending upon the age and sex of the child in the room, it's painted a different way. But it's a church that's running it. So they get the chance to sow in to the next generation, even though they're abandoned. But do you know, the Bible says, Jesus said that he would never leave us, and he would never leave us fatherless. He would always be there. The Bible says he's closer than a brother. And so in doing this through this orphanage, these kids are going to get a chance to not carry the curse. There's a saying over there called drunk Russia. And alcoholism and drugs are so rampant over there that they have rehab centers throughout the whole country just to help combat that. And so that's what this orphanage is for, to help parents put their place in a place where their kids can learn the values of Christ and hopefully come to a knowledge of Christ while they're getting their lives cleaned up. And that's what we want to get behind. We want to sow in to the lives of the people of Ukraine. I am believing God for about $5,000 that will cover the bunk beds, that will cover the mattresses, that'll cover the linens, and if there's anything left over, they can buy furniture. So we're open to whatever you want to give to that. You can make any donation. You would have to specify orphanage and make it known, and any gift given is of course tax deductible. And so we want to be involved in that. We're not just about going over and preaching, we're about going over and touching. And we want to make a difference, and we want to make a difference in this little village. I said in a previous video, I said we're like the David versus Goliath. I said, but all David had was his 5 smooth stones. Well, you know what? All we have is our 5 smooth stones, and let's knock down this giant, and let's give these kids, because let me tell you something, it gets cold over there, and I'm talking cold, and by December it will be really cold. And don't think for a moment they won't want to, but they will put the kids on the floor if they have to. I mean, it's the law of necessity over there. So my goal is that hopefully by December 1st, or before Christmas, we can send over the ultimate Christmas gift and help pay for these bunk beds, because I know God's going to touch these people, and God's going to touch you. You're not going to see these people unless you go with us. We're going to go over there again next year. And so I want to encourage you, please be a part. And as you're a part, God is going to bless you. And if you need to, please feel free to contact us at our office or on our website. Or if you know Melissa, you can contact her. Let us know how you want to help. I have, if you can't give cash, but you want to ship some stuff over to them, we can work that out. It doesn't have to always be about the money. It's about getting the goods in the hands of the people that need it. And so I want to thank you in advance for your help. I want to thank you for being partners of Soulbait. And I want to thank you for the good work that we're doing globally. This is a year of global takeover. And so I thank you now for your help. And I know that God's going to bless you and give back to you as you sow in to the children. Thank you very much. God bless you.